Hi, welcome back to another Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers Question of the Week video. This week's question comes from a client, and they're asking, John Mark, for the 25% of my stock portfolio, 25% of what I put into stocks that Dave Ramsey recommends be invested in the international side of the equity markets. Now that President Trump has been reelected, should I consider allocating some of those dollars, again, the international ones, to the country of Israel? Great question, and one that smarter people than I have debated, discussed. Warren Buffett, for example, called Israel the most promising investment hub outside of the United States. The determination, motivation, intelligence, and initiative of its people are remarkable and extraordinary. I'm a big believer in the Israel economy, was a quote by Warren Buffett. Moody's, the credit rating agency, has rated Israel A2, amongst the lowest debt to GDP in the developed world, with about $200 billion of foreign currency reserves. And they continue to shine, ranking third in 2024 amongst startup ecosystems in the entire world. So this is a question that a lot of people have asked and a lot of people have looked at. Great question from you, client. Well, Israel has long been recognized as a global leader in not just innovation, but technology. And they continue to produce a steady stream of successful companies in sectors like cybersecurity, biotechnology, fintech, and artificial intelligence. And if those don't sound like the economy, or doesn't sound like the economy of the next generation, I don't know what would be. With a very skilled workforce, highly educated, and robust R&D ecosystem, Israel continues to push the boundaries in these high-growth industries and these future industries. The country's high per capita investment in research and development, amongst an environment that fosters entrepreneurial spirit, has led to a wonderful wealth of opportunities for many investors. Not without risk, not without variability, not without a lot of ups and downs, but good opportunities. In addition to Israel's strength in technology and innovation, its strategic alliances and trade partnerships, including the Abrahamic Accords, which I'm going to speak about in a few minutes, enhance its appeal to investors. It should also be noted that Israel has a very strong trade relationship and diplomatic relationship with the United States, which actually should only be strengthened in this next administration, which is probably why you're asking the question. As economic cooperation grows, Israel companies benefit from greater market access to other economies, investment inflows, other folks investing in their economy, and supportive policies creating a favorable environment for international investors. Now, for U.S. investors, Israel's well-regulated financial system and strong legal protections and transparent business practices make it an attractive and more secure place to allocate capital than other countries in the international space. With increasing global demand for cybersecurity solutions, biotech innovations, and renewable energy, sectors where Israel's companies are just excelling and dominating right now, the potential for future growth is very strong and very optimistic. As Israel continues to address some of the world's most pressing challenges, investors have a potentially unique opportunity to participate in those exciting advancements by investing in that economy as part of your international market. Now, I told you I would, and so let's spend some time talking about the 2020, so now 4 years ago, Abrahamic Accords, and how those historic treaties that Israel and several other Arab nations, including United Arab Emirates, UAE, Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco, these accords opened up a new economic and diplomatic opportunities for Israel with those countries I mentioned above, strengthening the economy in several key ways. And I'm going to go through 5 of them here. The first was which, like we talked about above, increased trade and investment opportunities. So now you've got direct trade channels with those countries. The normalization of those relations allowed for client trade routes between Israel and each of those nations. The reduced costs and increasing the volume of goods and services exchange, particularly with the UAE, that's one of the main ones right now, which became one of Israel's top trading partners in the Middle East, is not to be forgotten. Additionally, it's not just the trade that got impacted, but there's also investment opportunities that expanded. These accords created an influx of capital from Arab investors into sectors like technology, finance, agricultural, and renewable energy, like we talked about above. The Israel startups that so desperately need that capital, they gained access to new funding sources because of those Abrahamic Accords, which helped boost innovation and growth in these high potential industries. The second thing that those accords helped economically for Israel was some collaboration in both technology and innovation. So now you had the ability to have joint partnerships and ventures. Uh, Again, particularly with Israel and the UAE, they collaborated in tech-driven industries like cybersecurity, AI, artificial intelligence, and some health tech. This led to joint research and development projects that benefited both economies, UAE and Israel, and further positioned Israel as a leader in tech innovation, as we discussed above. And additionally, within that sector, there was knowledge sharing happening. By forming these partnerships, the companies from both sides could exchange knowledge, expertise, specifically in things like water management. That's very important in the Middle East, agri-tech, and clean energy. These collaborations strengthen Israel's own capabilities while helping address shared regional challenges like water scarcity and energy needs. The third benefit you saw because of the Abrahamic Accords was increased tourism and cultural exchange. Now there's new tourism markets for all these countries. The Accords facilitated direct flights and eased travel restrictions, leading to a surge in tourism from Gulf countries to Israel and vice versa. This boosted Israel's tourism industry and hospitality sector, generating new revenue streams and creating new jobs. Also, there was cultural diplomacy. The increase in tourism and cultural exchange also fostered better understanding between these countries, helping to create a more stable and cooperative regional environment, which is beneficial for long-term economic growth. Peace creates economic prosperity. The fourth benefit, energy and infrastructure projects were increased. Collaborations in energy with their substantial oil and gas reserves, Gulf countries have partnered with Israel in energy projects such as some renewable energy initiatives and natural gas distribution. This not only secured energy partnerships for Israel, but also fostered regional energy security. And we saw infrastructure development happening because of the Abrahamic Accords, such as Arabic countries and Israel collaborated on many infrastructure projects, particularly in things like transportation and logistics, which streamlined trade across the region. There was the development of a new rail and shipping routes, and that also helped Israel strengthen its supply chains, which is a big part of increasing and growing your economy. The fifth benefit, regional stability and economic confidence. Maybe shaken a little bit because of the attacks last year, but attracting global investors is you need to have improved diplomatic standing, contributing to a perception of greater regional stability. This encouraged global investors who previously might have seen the area and region as too high risk to invest, now be more confident in investing in Israel. And it gave them access to new markets. With normalized relationships with these countries, Israel could access markets across the broader Middle East and Africa. And this expanded Israel's export markets, reducing dependency on its more traditional trade partners, which of course would have been the United States and is the United States, and providing diversification opportunities for Israel companies. With President Trump back in office, we think they will continue down the path of signing more of these accords with other Middle Eastern countries. Look for Jared Kushner to be a big part of that, providing a path for enhanced future growth for Israel, their economy, their stock markets, and the companies within that stock market that make up the stock market. So from a robust tech ecosystem to a solid international alliance, Israel presents compelling opportunities for those looking to diversify their portfolios into the global market, get that 25% of exposure, as Dave recommends. You could explore investing part of that. We wouldn't recommend all of that, but part of that in Israel-based companies to be part of the future of the innovation that they inevitably will bring to the world. So thanks so much for watching this week's video. If this week's video was helpful to you, would you do us a favor? You could do us a favor by hitting the like and the subscribe button. When you hit the like button, you push our content out to more people by helping us with YouTube and Google's and Rumble's algorithms, as well as when you hit the subscribe button, it allows our content to be pushed to you as it's released, including access to our monthly webinar we'll be relaunching this month. And this is where we'll talk with First Trust senior economists about what happened with the economy after the election, what he thinks will happen going forward, and how we view Whitaker-Myers, we view 2025 from the economic standpoint. So we're very excited to have that, a 1-hour webinar. You will get access to it if you subscribe to our channel as we release it, or you can watch it live if you want on through an invite. Go check the newsletter for that. As well as if you'd like to meet with any of our financial planners or coaches, you can go to the comment section of this video. In the comment section, you can click on a link where you'd be able to schedule a meeting with any of our financial coaches who help you in baby steps 1, 2, and 3, and our financial planners who help you in baby steps 4, 5, and 6, so you can eventually get to baby step 7, where you can live and give like no one else. Thanks so much. We'll look forward to seeing you next